These are the top 10 most expensive cities in Africa. At number 10, we have Lusaka, Zambia. Lusaka may not be the first city that comes to mind when thinking of expensive places, but the cost of living here has been rising over the years. Renting a one-bedroom apartment in the city center costs around $700 per month. Food prices are also climbing, with the average individual spending up to $200 per month on groceries. This is due to the fact that a large portion of what is sold in stores are imported. At number 9 is Dakar, which is located in Senegal. Dakar is one of the fastest growing cities in West Africa, and that growth comes with a very high price tag. A decent one-bedroom apartment in the city center costs about $800 per month, and the daily expenses keep rising. The cost of food is particularly high, as an individual could spend around $220 per month on groceries. At number 8, we have Abidjan, Côte d'Ivoire. As one of West Africa's major business centers, the cost of living in Abidjan continues to rise. A one-bedroom apartment in the city can cost up to $900 per month, making housing a major financial burden. On top of that, monthly food and miscellaneous expenses for an individual average around $230. At number 7 is Accra, Ghana. The cost of living in Accra has surged in recent years, with housing and imported goods driving prices up. Rent in prime areas can go over $1,000 per month for a one-bedroom apartment. But it's not just housing. Groceries in Accra are also very expensive, with a monthly groceries budget averaging around $250 per person. At number 6, we have Nairobi, Kenya. Nairobi is a major financial and tech hub, and with that status comes a high cost of living. Rent in prime areas such as Westlands and Karen can go over $1,000 per month for a one-bedroom apartment. Meanwhile, monthly groceries expenses for an individual average around $250. At number 5 is Johannesburg, South Africa. Johannesburg offers a high quality of life, but that lifestyle does not come cheap. A one-bedroom apartment in the city center costs around $1,200 per month, and security costs often add extra expenses. Grocery prices have also increased in recent years, with monthly food expenses for an individual averaging around $250. This is said to be due to high farming and transportation costs. At number 4 is Victoria, which is located in Seychelles. As a small island nation, Seychelles relies heavily on imports, making everything from rent to food more expensive. In the capital, Victoria, a one-bedroom apartment can cost $1,200 per month. But the biggest financial burden for residents is food. Groceries for one person can cost up to $300 per month. At number 3, we have Lagos, Nigeria. Lagos is Nigeria's economic hub, but it is also one of the most expensive cities on the continent. In high-end areas like Victoria Island and Ikoyi, rent for a one-bedroom apartment can reach as high as $2,500 per month. But housing isn't the only issue. Lagos has one of the highest grocery prices in Africa, with individuals spending up to $300 monthly. At number 2, we have Addis Ababa, which is in Ethiopia. Despite Ethiopia being seen as a low-income country, its capital is surprisingly expensive. A one-bedroom apartment in Addis Ababa city center costs around $3,000 per month. And the rising cost of goods is making life even harder for residents. Monthly grocery expenses can average $350. Finally, the most expensive city in Africa is Luanda, which is in Angola. Luanda is not just the most expensive city in Africa, but also one of the most expensive cities in the world. Rent for a one-bedroom apartment in the city center can reach $3,500 per month, making it unaffordable for most locals. The cost of food is also extremely high, as groceries for one person can cost up to $400 per month. So let us know, do you live in any of these cities, and how much do you spend on rent and groceries every month? For more.